So you've seen the Pile of Shame video. If you haven't, go check it out. And the quality's crap, but you know, God loves a trier. It will get better as I make more, I would imagine. So we all know that I've got a large amount of miniatures that are built, probably base coated, but they've not really had anything more done to them. Yeah, so I used to love building Warhammer, and I used to like playing Warhammer games because I'd be hanging out with my mates. But painting, not really. Which is weird because I love drawing and sketching. Always have, but I don't think I'm any good at it, which might be why I'm a bit sort of reticent to paint, because I don't think I can get it to look as good as it is in my head. The problem is, though, just recently, Games Workshop have gone more with the sort of mono pose. You know, the models look amazing when they're built, but they're not really that much fun whilst you're building them. It kind of, sometimes it feels like you're building IKEA furniture. And playing's always fun, because you're playing with your mates. So, you know, that's fine. But like I said, I always felt nervous about my painting. I always thought my drawing was rubbish, but I used to be a teacher and I used to do drawings and sketches on the board because it used to make the kids laugh, and it was kind of a fun, engaging way to get them to like learn new stuff without them possibly realising that they were learning. That was until I tutored a girl called Emily. She was amazing at art. Actually, she was amazing at English, which is what I was supposed to be tutoring her at. So one of the things we used to do is we used to draw when we were talking about new vocabulary or sentence structures. Fascinating. She said, "Oh, I like your drawings." And I said, "Yeah, no, I know they're rubbish, but, you know, they're kind of just, it's just kind of a fun little doodle. It's not me trying to do anything proper." And then she said, "They're not rubbish. You have a very, very particular style. But I can tell what everything is." That comment stayed with me. Sad, isn't it? But maybe then I just need to find my style with models that I like to paint. Like a zoanthrope, for example. More on NIDS in the future. I used to have a Nurgle army that was reasonably painted. It wasn't completely, but Nurgle 40k. And in that I had a Nurgle Demon Prince, the old metal one, you know, big hand, small hand dude. And I used to run him with wings. And so I converted, I think, a pair of Balrog wings onto him. It's either Balrog wings or it was an early set of plastic wings, whichever set they came from. And I remember asking a friend of mine that I was playing with, he was like, do you think this is good? What do you think I could do to improve it? And he said, "You always make interesting models." And I thought about that for a while, and after we'd worked out that he wasn't being like subtly insulting, which, being English, that's of course what I presumed he was doing, we realised that he was talking, well, he said that he was talking about sort of the way that I posed things and the way that I had, you know, the little things that I'd changed and the little things that I'd altered to try and tell a story of the model that I was building. So it occurs to me, maybe if I can find my style and maybe if I can make interesting models, then maybe it could be more fun painting. Seeing as the building's kind of gone out the window now, maybe I could make something look half decent with a paintbrush. So I mean, there's this that I'm working on right now, the Hive Tyrant. All base coated, no highlights done. But I've got a plan. I think that's important. Anyway, back to the story. So, enter the Harbinger of Decay. I loved that model the first moment I saw him. And I wanted to paint him. But just that one model wasn't going to inspire me to actually collect a whole Nurgle army. But then came along the... where is he? This dude. I liked him. I thought he was cool. And immediately I liked the way that those two models, they definitely weren't in combat. They weren't fighting, they were surveying what they were doing. The Harbinger of Decay very definitely was on his way to, I forget where. I'm pretty sure in the fluff there was actually somewhere he was going. But I forget what the model was for, whether it was just a Nurgle model or whether it was for like Mordheim or something. Either way, it doesn't really matter. He's definitely riding his horse and he's pointing to the city that he sees that he's obviously going to. The same is true with the other dude. He's not swinging his hammer, he's not got his shield up to protect him. He's sort of looking at something that's going on. And that made me wonder, what if there was like a Nurgle army, or at least sort of like a small war band, who were walking through Nurgle's garden? Because Nurgle in the fluff is always sort of presented as being sort of like a happy chap who quite likes to see stuff grow, but because he's a chaos god, he loves to see stuff grow, but the things that he grows are horrific and disgusting and instantly kill people. But it's always talked about him having like a garden. So I thought, what if they were walking through a sort of a swampy garden? Maybe there was a little brick path through part of it, rocky outcrops, some sort of green gunge instead of some water, you know. Maybe I could model my Maggotkin of Nurgle so that they look like they're walking through a swamp, a Nurgle swamp. So that's what I did. See, the point is that I got some inspiration from somewhere. And since then, I've had other inspiration. I've had the idea for a Sons of Behemat army, and I've had the idea for a 40k Orcs army as well. Both of which, hopefully, this channel will help me get motivated to actually follow through and do. But today, we're talking about Nurgle. Specifically, we're talking about my Maggotkin Nurgle army. So let's have a look. Oh wait, hang on, this is supposed to be a Halloween video, isn't it? Better make it scary. Roar. Arr. I think my camera work probably is scary enough.